So today, it came in the mail, my performance development DIRS for my Hellcat charger. So I'm gonna make a short video on how to install it or how easy it is to install. I ordered 2-day shipping on it. It wasn't super crazy. It's like $30, and I got it, but actually a day sooner than I was supposed to, from Pennsylvania to Wisconsin. So I'm pretty excited about that. I'm also, at the same exact time, a little salty because it came hours before my new phone comes. So the video is going to be shot on an older iPhone, and it sucks, to be honest. So, but what we have here is all the parts, all the nuts, all the bolts, gaskets, hardware, Loctite, everything comes in here, and it comes with very, very clear instructions. And you get a sweet sticker with it. So I'm going to start on that right now. Okay, I apologize for not having a camera stand. Let me back up here so you can see everything. What we have here is these 3 little bolts. They have a 12mm head. They go in the bottom 3 holes. And then we have these 2 larger bolts. These are the main case bolts. They go in the 2 upper holes. They are 16mm. They're very tight. You may need an impact or at least a breaker bar to take them off. These are the 3 bolts that replace the lower 3 bolts with the bracket. I already have Loctite and washers on them. The big 2 bolts will still be reused in the normal spot on the case. Do not leave these bolts out for more than 30 minutes at a time. You can see, obviously, the first step was to jack the car up and put it on jack stands. The differential can't be more than 13, 14 inches off the ground, and I still have plenty of space to work on it. Okay, so, sorry about the light here. You snug up all 5 bolts. Then you want to torque the 2 big bolts, which are 16mm, to 90 foot-pounds. After that, recheck to make sure that your 3 12mm bolts are still tight. The next step is to check to see if these holes are threaded up here. Hole 1, driver's side. Hole 2, passenger side. Neither of mine are threaded. With that being said, it comes with these inserts that slide through the hole in the cross member, which will give you something to thread into. Okay, the inserts are in mine. The next step is going to be putting this lower piece on. As you see, I have 4 bolts over here, 2 M10s and 2 M8s. I believe the M8s are for the car that has a threaded chassis already, and the M10s are for a car that you have to add the inserts. Now, these are 12-point heads, so you have to make sure you get the right head. After I put them in, I'll get the socket size. That way you have it ahead of time. So basically, it'll be lifting this up to here and basically threading it into the inserts is the next step. All right, this is the finished product. Now, these bolts here are a pain in the ass, especially if you have to use the inserts. There's these little holes that the inserts slid through. I actually had to put my pinky through and hold it straight in order for me to get the bolt threaded in. The driver's side was the worst. I highly recommend doing the driver's side first. And they are 12.12mm bolt heads. So tighten them down, look down the hole, see where you're at lined up. You may have to loosen them and slide this one way or the other. Once you get that tightened up, you can put this bolt in. And if I remember correctly, it's a 24mm. And then you can tighten that down by hand. They don't want you to use an impact on it, just tighten it by hand. And then this is it. This is the whole setup in the car. A guy could do it in a half hour if he didn't have any problems. I followed the inserts for about 10 minutes, so that was kind of a pain in the ass. But so there you go. There's the differential brace.